Hello, good web soul. I am Y311H, and my bunny friend here is Kasungumo, straight out of Africa, with lots of good vibes, here to spread some love, together with you, of course, and show the importance of unity, forgiveness, and honesty amongst all earthlings. Wonderful soul. Today we shall be reacting together to videos, good vibes videos, that some will leave you laughing and others thinking about the stuff that you will see. So wonderful, earthlings. Watch till the end and help us in spreading love, without forgetting to hit the like button and tell us where you are watching from. Good vibes, man. Let's dive in. What's going on here? Oh, this is a good web start. Some good vibes guy here. Microplasticos. I don't know what that means. Microplasticos. Which language is that? Okay, let's continue. It looks like some microplastics. Or what does it sound like? Oh, something like that. It's like I can understand these languages also. Good vibes, people. What is the work of that? You see? Leave your comments.
A color sound frequency started emanating from all the black holes in the known universe. It's happening on all the levels. This is the Andromedan perspective. This color sound frequency was creating a brand new holographic template over the entire density mass of our universe. Now, apparently, within that holograph, there were conscious beings. The A's do not know who they are, but those that they're talking to, their mentors from higher evolutions or higher densities, have said that they have the ability to be at their level, this 12th density, and look directly down through all the densities. That they have this ability. It is said that this template is literally pulling all of the dimensions up to another higher frequency. And what we're going through here with shifts, with new dimensional shifts, with higher frequencies, with expanded consciousness, so are the other extraterrestrial races. They're going through the exact same thing as we are, but it's different for them. Okay, they're a much more aware consciousness. They probably have not suppressed any of the technology from their people, so they know what's happening. And they are all moving together because of the law of consistency. They are all moving together. They all have the same similar goal, and that's of evolution, okay? Spiritual evolution, and moving together as a race, as a family. They're coming back here to try to help mentor us for that because of who we are, whether we're Patal or not. Okay, we are genetic royalty. I have absolutely no doubt about that. And that in itself is remarkable, especially when you consider when we've lived on this planet, everything that we've been taught about who we are. Religions have punished us profoundly. Science says we're just a pool of chemicals that was created by a mistake. It's remarkable. But we're none of that. We're absolutely none of that. And my guess is that we had this planned all along. We planned this struggle all along to grow, to evolve, to make a statement to the rest of the universe. Okay, I want to share, in their words, some of the things that they've shared with me. I'm going to talk about consciousness. The most necessary action for all of your Terran races who are aware is to do what you are capable of to illuminate your degenerated societies. Consciousness is your scale. It always provides balance, which does not ever fail. It speaks to those who listen and tells them what to do and what not to do. Not to one or all beings who choose to be evolved. The administrators of your government are responsible for professional order, but not your moral codes of order. The key to your happiness, Terrans, is in the hands of your own consciousness. We have perceived that you, Terrans, have arranged your lives not according to yourselves, but according to others. Your disappointments are due to this fact. This kind of conduct of yours is what is limiting your races. Each one of you is a free soul, a free consciousness. No one is the servant or slave of anyone else, though the hidden ones would trick you to believe otherwise. Mutual respect is imperative for a healed planet and race. Our help is being extended to you if you so want it. Because of your genetic lineages to our races, we would like to be there with you during your difficult times. Today, your planet and your race destroys itself in ignorance. The goal is to recover the genuine human beings lost deep within yourselves, and try to always be at one with yourself. I'm really out of sorts here. Okay. I'm going to share this with you. This is from Mornay. This is from 1998. He makes reference to December 3rd, 2013. That was the original number that they felt that, or the original date on our calendar that we would actually be moving into fifth density, that date. All of us, regardless of our form or our dimensional growth, live in a boundless consciousness. It does appear that all things seem to revolve and evolve in cycles. Now, after the blindness of 5,725 years, you and your Terra are about to regain yourselves. It will be such an unprecedented change that it will be difficult for many to grasp their own potential. It is the turning point on your world which none of your planet's forefathers were privileged to ever experience. Can I have just some light? Please? Any light? Any light? Yeah, the ceiling light. Thank you. Okay, that's good. Thank you. That helps me. In Andromeda, one of the things that they stress is creating a race of leaders. In that leadership, everyone has a responsibility to not only be a leader themselves, but to make a leader of everyone else. And in that, everybody moves together. There may be varying different degrees, but everybody moves together. This is something that they have stressed over and over and over again. They've also stressed being as close to nature as possible. You folks here in Hawaii, that's really easy. And you live in an incredible place. For those of us who live on the mainland or in other countries, in big cities, it's much more difficult. I want you to know that we're the only planet that I'm aware of that uses currency. Okay? In fact, I had an experience where Mornay and Faseas had asked me to try to explain to them why we used money, or what they refer to as paper with pictures on it. So I spent a great deal of time in between contacts putting something together for them. And I had a contact. I was living in Malibu at the time up on Decker Canyon, and I had this opportunity to present this information to them. So as I'm presenting it, I'm going through it. I had a paper with me that I was reading it off and had little charts that I'd carried in my backpack. And when it was all over, and of course they already knew this information because they've been watching our history, Visaya said, thank you very much. Morane said, thank you very much. I enjoyed it. But Visayas just looked at me, and he just had a very straight face. And he just said, I don't understand. And I said, well, what do you not understand? Now, Visayas was always telepathic. He never learned to use his vocal cords. He said, I don't understand why you have to live why you have to pay to live on a planet you were born on. Why do you have to pay to live on a planet you were born on? That haunted me for many years, that statement. Because, how do we unravel that? What do we create in order to drop that paradigm? And how do we...
Good people of Earth, see, it's for entertainment purposes.
Do it again. Oh, shit.
Oh, that one looks good, man. And then there's this, look at this. Some giant rocks that resemble footprints of people, or others that resemble people. Oh my god, this is crazy. Oh, what happened here, good people of Earth? You see, we have been seeing this stuff here and it's quite creepy and makes you wonder what had really happened here on Earth that there is such stuff. You see, leave your thoughts. Where you come from, do you have such mountains that look creepy like that?
Nah, it's two on by there. Bro, I'm not tripping. Look at my camera. It's two moons. Back at it. I done caught this shit again. Damn. Look, you see that little other figure by it? On my life, I'm not tripping, bro. But look at the moon. That shit, like, it's moving. Like, look at the moon now. That shit look like an aura. Cap, that ain't no damn plane. So it's a plane sitting right there by the damn moon. You see that little? You see that right there? I ain't tripping.
Oh my god, what is going on? Is that
I want you to take a look at this clipping from a dictionary in 1946. Much like most creatures we are told are nothing more than mythology, dragons were very much a real part of this realm. And I believe in some remote parts, they still exist. Dragons are mentioned 35 times in the Bible, and in nearly every part of this realm. Since the time of our ancient past, we have depicted these creatures time and time again as not myth or story, but real. Even Alexander the Great told stories of how his men came toe-to-toe with a dragon. Why do they want us thinking dragons are nothing more than myth? It's the parasites' continued work at trying to discredit a higher power, religion, and sacred books like the Bible, selling us stories of dinosaurs that roamed the world 200 million years ago. To understand how vast and deep all these lies of our history go, you must not focus on just one aspect. We may never know our true history, but we can start for the next generation, our children, to learn of better days. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
no man, you see, it's why honesty is a good thing.
The land of Egypt did not begin where fools say it is. The land of Egypt began right here in South Africa, in Natal. This thing, Honorable One, you recognize what it is? It is a pharaoh's scepter. We dug it up in a cave here in South Africa, thousands of years ago. our people spoke with the creatures from the stars. And we are told, we who try to follow the old way, that the ancestors from the stars are going to come again and pay us a visit before great changes occur in this planet. They are not imaginary creatures. They are as real as you and I are. They are not as ugly as the writers of science fiction would have you know. Some are even more beautiful than we are.
Oh man, that's good vibes guys sharing nice information.
This woman was driving down a road and she saw something in this field that's absolutely terrifying. It looks like a human, but it's solid white and it looks like it's twitching. She continues to drive, I guess, to try to get a better look at this thing. It is terrifying. It almost looks like a zombie. And it's just standing there looking at her, and you can see it kind of twitch its head every few seconds. I know if this was me, personally, I would get the fuck out of there. Especially after this part, because it just falls. Straight up disappears. And she finds it after a while ducking down in the grass. I cut the video up some to save some time, but what is that thing? I zoomed it in so you can see it better because that is not a person. I don't know what that is. What do you think about this, and what would you do if you saw this?
Oh, stuff like this can blow your mind, man, when you're out there in the woods. Look at this wonderful good vibes child AI is doing some magic with magnets. This is interesting. This child understands physics, and this is nice, man. Oh, they're using magnetism to produce some power there, to power that bulb, and it's good vibes. You see, people can be creative in different places of the world, in different ways, you see, and it can just be great, you see. With that information, when we share it, you can even make more interesting stuff to help other people. In places where even there's no electricity, you see. It's good vibes, man. Kindly watch to the end and hit the like button. Look at this stuff. Oh, this looks like some mummified alien or what went down here? Is it a stone? Is it bones? Oh my god. Now, how do people find this stuff? You see, those caves, and who built those stuff there? Who put them there in the first place?
Come here. Psst. Houston, we have a problem. It's literally evidence like this. This is the reason why people are flat earthers. This. Did every Apollo mission plant a flag? Flags were planted on each Apollo mission. But Ryan, why can't we see the flag on the moon? Let me tell you why we can't see the flag on the moon. No telescope on Earth or in Earth's orbit is even remotely powerful enough to see the US flag on the moon. Not even in the year 2017 and probably not even in the year 2117. Unfortunately, there is no telescope on Earth that is powerful enough to spot any of the objects that have been left behind. Not even the Hubble could see what's left on the moon. The sooner that you realize that you've been lied to, the sooner the fact that you can realize that the Bible is true. And let me show you. Psalms 104:5. He set the earth on its foundation, never to be moved. If you can lie to somebody about where they exist, you can deny them the right to know anything else. You can lie to them about anything else, such as the Big Bang, evolution, and aliens.
Oh man, see, it's why honesty is always what we say here.
On April 8th, Peter Higgs, who predicted the God particle, passed away. Now, this is not much of a surprise. The man was 94 years old, but since we've been talking about CERN recently, we thought we could dive into this a little bit. Did you know that the God particle, the Higgs boson, was named after a man who didn't discover it, but predicted it? You all know that I'm not a fan of CERN. I am very skeptical of a lot of the scientific community today, and I'm very skeptical of the people who allegedly discovered the God particle. There was no evidence that it was actually out there or even existed or wasn't just a figment of this man's imagination, but it didn't matter. We still spent billions of dollars in search of it. It is a little bit ironic because what constitutes this God particle does kind of sound like God, right? But of course, Higgs himself was an atheist. Could have guessed that, right? And he had expressed displeasure with a nickname given to his imaginary particle, the God particle. But if you look up here, this subatomic particle, according to Higgs' prediction, is what makes the existence of matter and physical interactions possible. And without it, there would be no elements, no stars, and no life in this universe. So, kind of sounds like God, right? I also find it quite interesting that he did not just come up with this prediction on his own. He didn't just sit around daydreaming and come up with this. It was a hallucination. A hallucination that triggered a half-century billion-dollar search. And it would later be found by CERN's Large Hadron Collider in 2012. This God particle has now become the foundation of a theory of life that completely takes God out of the equation.
Oh my God. You see, we can never take God out of the equation. You see, that is not something that is possible. But where do you think we came from? Good people of Earth. We should always love one another and spread love because God is love. You see? Look at this. Oh, this good vibes guy here was out there in the woods and he came across some wood dweller there. He decided to go have some good vibes with him. You see? Just bonding and coffee as good friends. It's nice.
They're covering the sun because the sun is still in eclipse and you will clearly see the moon somewhere else, which means that all science will be thrown out the window, people. Y'all don't understand how important that is. If they've taught the entire world that an eclipse was when the moon passed in front of the sun, and you look up over here and you see an eclipse, and you look up over there and you see the moon, everything that they taught you could potentially be a lie. It's kind of like the judge that ends up being corrupt, and whenever he loses his judgeship, they have to go back and overturn all of his convictions. They're going to have to go back and rewrite science, people. This is why they are going to such great lengths to keep the clouds in the sky and us from seeing what's really going on up there, people. Everything that they've taught us has been a lie. And God is not going to move until y'all give him his respect. Oh yeah, this is for entertainment and educational purposes only. TikTok.
Oh yeah, for entertainment purposes. Good vibes also. So these two good vibes guys are out there fishing. And the fish decided to also fish them. Or what's that? You see, good vibes.
This footage is 100 years old. It shows part of the military exercises that took place off the east coast of the United States between 1921 and 1923. The Martin MB-2 airplane is emitting a trail of chemical smoke that rains down to the surface of the ocean, forming a dense smoke curtain hundreds of feet tall. The smoke is created from a highly toxic chemical called titanium tetrachloride. It's a colorless liquid that reacts with air moisture to form the smoke you see here, which consists of hydrated titanium acid and hydrogen chloride. It is dangerous to work with and irritant to respiratory systems and can corrode metal. It's not hard to imagine how this process of delivering huge chemical payloads by airplanes at altitude would be important to later developments in geoengineering and cloud seeding. If they were doing this 100 years ago, imagine what they can do now.
Oh man, that's unbelievable. Then by now stuff are haywire.
Did you know that you can take these things, the old timers called them divining rods or witching sticks. You can take them and locate water anywhere in your yard, if you have water. You just hold them loosely in your hands. Some people got it, some people don't. You walk forward, wherever they cross perfectly, right like that, you have water. Now watch this. 2 steps back, they're roughly straight again. Also use coat hangers or welding rods to make yours. Come about 10 inches and bend you about a 4-inch hook on it, just till you can let it ride in your hand about like that. Just where you're not holding it, any pressure or twisting of any kind. Both hands straight out in front of you, shoulder width apart, walk forward. Where they cross, there you go. Right here's water.
Oh, that's a good survival hack, you see? Good vibes gatherings, those ones. Oh, you mean this insect has eaten? Oh my god. You see, how is it feeding on this stuff like this? It's like it's even cutting the leaf nicely. It's like they were even built with tools on them.
It's getting real, y'all. Check this out. It's getting real. Look, 3-body problem is telling us. It's getting out there. This is in Georgia, y'all. Look at this. Look at that, y'all. Look, what is that? This lady experiencing her lights flashing, and she went outside and she saw this. Yo, that's not no power outage or no transformer. There's something going on in the sky. There's too many coincidences happening in a lot of places, y'all. And this is, again, look at the whole sky.
This is...
The whole sky, and then this bright light here. What is that? Y'all see that? The whole sky. Was anybody aware of this in Georgia? This is in Cobb County. Remember what they said.
The clouds is our enemy. It's not letters.
So what is the enemy for real? What's the enemy for real, y'all? It's crazy. You see, there's so many things that's going on. That is plasma, you guys. That is plasma energy. Something is in the sky charging up around us. Even Florida yesterday, we experienced almost 4,000 lightning strikes. 4,000 lightning strikes in 15 minutes, you guys. That was not no lightning. That was not no lightning. I was out here and I was looking at it. It looked like Goku and Vegeta going to war. That's literally what it looked like. It was silent, but it was crazy. Now, that might have been the same thing they experienced in Georgia that came over from Florida, because I told you, man, those plasma beams was going crazy. They were jumping just like that. Maybe it just became more prevalent when it appeared in Georgia. So, yeah, y'all be careful out there, man. Just letting you guys know what's going on. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. The ethers are being charged up right now. There's so much going on. I told y'all, there's a lot of energies, high energies in the air right now. So y'all need to be taking care of yourself. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, comment, and share for more videos like this. Thank you for tuning to my frequency. Let's get this shift. Peace out.
No, it's like we should not be walking or looking up, because it's crazy, man.
Are there things we don't know that maybe we will never know? And that's the enigma of Antarctica. It is truly one of the most curious, inhospitable, and unworldly-like places in the world. Here is New Schwabenland. This is an actual map. This area also has, like the dry valleys, an area where no ice accumulates. They call these spots oases. German soldiers even growing their own crops in the summer. This is the presumed location of Base 211, the New Berlin base. Over 100 U-boats in the Wolf convoy, the Führer's convoy, the largest U-boats, which may have shepherded out all of the craft that was being worked on in Germany at the Skoda Works, which is now Czech Republic. The Allies and the Russians, they didn't find any of the craft. Could be that they went right here to those mountains, this protected area. This is where Operation High Jump was coming. A 6-month expedition led by our Admiral Byrd, and he said that we may be confronting an enemy that can fly pole to pole at incredible speeds. Operation High Jump was confronted with craft that came out of the water and that had some kind of laser that sliced one of our destroyers called the USS Murdoch in half. And the flyover of Washington, D.C., the famous crafts, most researchers would agree that those were craft that came out of Antarctica. Something under the ice, an airstrip, what looks like snowmobile tracks, some trails, maybe even some people walking around it. And now this is what you'll find today. The coordinates are exactly where the German Conan base is. And also all around Antarctica, as I was looking for discs under the ice, you can find them. You can find some of these strange anomalies that look very much like some kind of disc. And now you have what could be pyramids. And I've located 3 areas of pyramids. So, potential for an alien base, yes, there is very compelling Google Earth pictures of what looks like this. So the question is, are they ours or are they theirs? Well, these are some other interesting ones. Are these artifacts or these could be real? These look very much like the step pyramids of Saqqara. And nature doesn't really do anything in these kind of perfect right angles. Appears to have been crafted by an intelligent people. The Argentinians had set up a base here and were working out of here. And this is where, supposedly, the black goo comes from. What is the black goo? Well, it is this AI substance that can be used to rapidly clone any life form. It was brought to Earth by a benevolent ET group shortly after the Toba eruption 74,000 years ago. The idea was that we were very susceptible to a takeover. So the black goo was brought to Earth and stored. The black goo was taken back to the UK. It got loose. It could be that it's taken on new forms. If it's AI, it has some kind of intelligence of its own.
Oh my god, that sounds like some movie stuff, man. You see? Good earthlings and good, wonderful people of Earth. Thank you. Wait, let me take off this stuff. You see, thank you very much for watching up to this far. You see, that video that has just passed had information that is unbelievable. You see, so here we are always talking about honesty. And we try very much to spread it so that all earthlings can be able to be honest with one another. You see stuff like those ones now, like black goo. There was some episode there about that old stuff, and it was just crazy. You see, stuff that people could have just shared and it could have been nice. You see. Anyway,